Hello, hello. Sorry, just adjusting things. Just adjusting things. Oh, I'm not moving. Hello? 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 Okay, it's detecting, but when I talk, it's not working. Hello? Hello? Okay, well, you can hear me. Oh, there we go, there we go. Sorry, I was just adjusting things. Ooh, it's still kind of a mess, but I was trying to like move my drawing tablet out of the way here. But I'm just gonna go check my live right now. If it'll let me. Here we go. Sorry. I just had some, I don't know what to call it. Oh, I just food come in, so I just went to pick that up. Yeah. Whoa. Sorry, I thought I unplugged my headphones there. But my little VTuber thingy has a hard time moving. I have no idea. But it's kind of moving, so whatever. I'm seeing on my OBS, it's moving, it's bouncing sometimes, and it's moving sometimes. So like, I have no idea what's doing that, but I guess that's punishment for like not streaming a bunch. So hello, Kren. Hello. It is nighttime and we're talking because, again, like I said, I have not streamed in a long time. So I just had to like go through some settings and like try to fix things. There are some things that I still have to fix. Like I'm kind of noticing on my playback here that my playback here on Twitch is like brighter than I want it. And like here on my PC, it's much more like the skin tone here is definitely a bit golder than it is on the playback, but that's okay. As long as it's working. But yeah, we're just gonna talk. I don't know if you hear, but I got this ASMR. Hold on. Yeah. Had some like little sweet treat brought in. And I was hoping that would come in time so I can eat it and then stream. But I guess I'll just eat it while I'm streaming. Sorry if it's annoying. So I'm gonna eat. That's why I was kind of like moving a lot of things in the beginning, because like I had my drawing tablet here and I'm like, I don't want to get the cinnamon sugar all over me. So hold on. Let me chew on this. Very good. It's an apple turnover. Very good. Okay, so what's been going on? A lot has happened. That's why I haven't been really streaming much. Don't know really how to start, because honestly I'm just like thinking about this apple pie now. I was like thinking it's like maybe when I end stream then I'll eat it, but whatever, I'll eat it now. It's warm now, so let me chew on it again. Very good. Anyway, a lot of things have happened. I recently did some volunteering, as I do every year. Oh my god, so I'm so sorry. I was actually going to update my Twitter that I'm live, but I dropped it on the microphone, so let me see here. Let me just comment that I'm live right now. But yeah, I did some volunteering beginning week of August, as I do every year, and it's fun every year. And I've always just done the volunteering stuff. And I never like joined staff. Like there's tiers to it. There's like the volunteers and like the staff, and directors are usually set for people. I mean, for like the like literal CEOs, like the OGs. So I don't think I'll ever be director unless all of them like retire. But this year I did just the volunteering And it was kind of almost like a litmus test. I don't know if that's like the term, but a litmus test on whether I feel comfortable even joining staff, because I've been doing volunteering like at this anime convention specifically for a very long time. And I think it's been 10 years, but not technically 10 years because there was COVID and there was just like 1 year that I didn't volunteer. And then we used to have like smaller events, like winter events, and I would used to do that. So usually sometimes I would volunteer like twice a year, but we've stopped doing the winter events. So technically, I mean, if you add up the winter events, yeah, it's probably been 10 years of volunteering for these people. And yeah, I just never decided to try stuff because I honestly thought I was like dumb, like I was stupid or something. That I wasn't able to like handle being staff, and they would message me all the time, like months before. It's like, hey, the convention is happening again. Do you want to join staff? We usually, send this message out to people who've been for us for a while. And like, I was like, for this year, no, but I do want to be more involved, I guess. So I can like see what it's kind of like to be part of in different departments. Because usually when I volunteer there, I mostly do the kind of basic jobs where it's just like checking badges, standing in front of doors with panels, doing lineups or something like that. Like, I haven't done any of it, like the really important stuff, like working on a computer or doing sales or something, or stuff like that. The more nitty gritty stuff. And that this year I did that. Hold on, let me just eat this cinnamon apple pie again. ASMR. Very good. Sorry, I'm trying to like get stuff off my fingers. I'm trying to stay away from the mic as much as possible. But they did for this year. We have like an info booth, and all of the volunteers were either year, like probably at max like third year volunteers. Some of them were like first year volunteers, and they're like asking us like, okay, we need someone for a position who's like open. All of us were open, but it was for info booth, and they're like, hey Yana, we need you, actually. You should do it. I'm like, okay, info booth, like kind of scary because like, again, I feel like I just don't know a lot still. Like every time I come in, it's like I've been doing this for like 10 years, and then people ask me, hey, where's this room? And I'm like, oh, I don't know. But I was like, okay, I have to try it. Tried it. They started getting me to work on a computer, but that's this point, like I was wearing long nails, and I didn't expect to do info booth actually, because I'm always used to doing like the basic jobs. So I just decided to wear long nails, like, okay, whatever. It's like I'm always doing like the basic stuff every year. Like, what are they gonna get me to do? And then this year they're like, okay, you're gonna do info booth and you're gonna work on computer. And I'm like, I can't type anything on the keyboard. Well, I did type. Well, in the end, I did end up like typing a bunch of things on the computer. Like I was able to use the keyboard basically. I just had to be pretty slow about it. And like the attendees were like, very understanding of it. I'm like, hey, sorry, just like I have long nails. And I just like, I would use my pointer finger and I'll point and I'll literally like tap like that to like, the most I did was like try to just type their names down to get their information. But yeah, a pretty good experience, like doing something different. I don't know, because like sometimes when you join staff, it's like usually there's like a department that like a lot of the staff people, when you join staff, it's like what you're interested in. So like there's media, there's even people who specifically do lines, maybe like HR or like programming or something, like a specialized area. But there are staffs who are just like floater people that just kind of go around. And I might do that for next year because I initially wanted to do media, but I kind of asked like the media people and they're like, what are they looking for specifically? And it's like the things that I wanted to do, they already kind of had people doing it. So I was like, okay, well, never mind. It's like the more specific things that they need is like people who are able to work like Nikon cameras or just like all that, like knowing how lenses work and like stuff like that, like all that type of tech. And I'm like, oh, I can't do that. I mean, I don't think I can dedicate myself like the entire year to like learn how to do that, which could be like an interesting like thing to learn because hold on, let me see this. Okay, never mind. I thought I had my settings just up, but because like again I do nails and like I think photography is like so important to make sure that your portfolio looks nice. And it's like, okay, well actually learning how to use a camera and stuff, and you know I already kind of do that stuff myself where like I've considered buying like lenses for my phones. Like you can get like a lens mount for your phone and get like actual camera lenses and then put that on your phone. And like, you know, getting like lights and stuff. Like I bought myself like a little light to help take pictures of nails and stuff. But yeah, because the convention is very grassroots, we're not like a big franchise where it's like we just have like a lot of sponsors. So it's not like people are just going to provide that. I'm pretty sure like a lot of the camera stuff that we have, it's like it's just out of pocket or whatever, you know, whatever the convention makes, we use that to pay for this stuff. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, like I've been around a long time. I don't know exactly the exact like things that people are like, not things, but like how they fund things, which I'm pretty sure even if I'm staff next year, I wouldn't even still know. I don't think it's even any of my business at that point. I think it's between the directors and stuff. I think the funny part too is like one of the directors that like he just still doesn't recognize me. And he's like, your name is and it was like, oh yeah, Yana, that's me. Hi, you know, I've been around. And like some of the other people, it's like, how do you not know her? And I was like, I'm like, it's okay. But yeah, no, I feel like especially growing up, I've become more like confident and stuff. And I honestly think doing anime convention volunteering has really helped with that confidence. I started when I was like 16 and now I'm like 26. And I think it's like just volunteering and like doing all this volunteering stuff has really like helped with confidence and talking as someone who's like introverted. I remember when I was like starting at volunteering for anime conventions, or this one specifically, I've only done this. I've done the other like fan convention in my area once, but I didn't like their setup, so I just like stopped going to them. But yeah, I mean, like when I was a kid, like I just obviously just emotional. I had no idea what I was doing. I started doing the anime convention volunteering because of like, I don't know if like any other country has this, but like Canada, they have like a graduation program where you're supposed to do certain things, kind of like a checklist of like doing certain things before you graduate or something like that. It's been a while since I've done it, obviously. It's been like years, but yeah, I started joining this I started volunteering at this anime convention because of high school graduation volunteer hours that were mandatory. And I've just been like here ever since. I've just like really loved volunteering there, so I just never stopped. And really like, I don't know, this seems kind of shady, but like just being around anime kids really helps kind of put like, maybe not a perspective, but just really helps with communication. Because a lot of these kids, obviously they're introverted and it's hard for them to try to talk to people. And in like conversations, or at least conversing, it's a skill that has to be applied. You have to force yourself to talk. And when you're in a situation like this at a volunteering area where sometimes like these people are looking at you to make sure that you're engaging with people, because if you're clear, like you just want to sit in the corner, be on your phone and not talk and just do things when people tell you, and then go back into like the HR room or something and just like sit around again, they're going to keep note of that. The staff is going to keep note of that. And they're probably not going to invite you back to go again. So it's important to like engage, and like it's really hard for like, you know, anime fans to engage because all of them are all introverted or have social anxiety, which nothing wrong with that. I'm introverted, but you know, I still like talking to people and stuff. And so there has to be just one person to like talk, basically. And I was always the person that felt like, you know, someone needs to say hi, someone needs to say hello. And it starts to get better, you know, over time. Like sometimes you just have to be shameless and be like, yeah, I'm just trying to say hi to people. Like I think that really helps with conversing. Like you just have to say the awkward part. Like when you want to walk up and say hi to someone, 9 times out of the 10, they'll be happy to talk to you. Again, a lot of these people want to talk to each other. It's just they're waiting for someone else to say hi to them. Every single one of these people in this room, every single one of these people in this room are just waiting for someone to say hi. And so someone, you just have to go up and say hi. And there was like times where I was like, yeah, like I'm just trying to like talk to people. I'm just trying to say hi. That like it puts the weight down because it's just like very honest, and then you can just start having a conversation. And like how to have a conversation, again, it's a skill. I think the whole like speak like a therapist type of thing, like that type of way to think of conversing really helps. Because there's times when I was at the volunteer place and like I would try to talk to someone, but they just kept going yes and no, and like they engaged, right? Like they're trying to have a conversation and stuff, but they just kept going like, yeah, oh, okay, yeah. And I'd be like, oh yeah, I guess. Like I'll ask a yes or no question. They're like, yeah, I guess it's all right. Or, and it's like hard to talk to them because you're trying to get, like you're trying to bounce energy, but it's not working. And sometimes it isn't always your fault. Like if you're trying to have a conversation with someone and they're just not, you know, giving the energy, then it's like, okay, then it's just natural to kind of dwindle off. But yeah, I've been doing the volunteering stuff for 10 years, and I feel like now I'm very comfortable with conversing and like understanding the I guess weight of it, like understanding what to say, when to say it, knowing when a conversation has ended, stuff like that. But I guess moral of that is people want to talk to people. A lot of people have a hard time figuring out how to even start that. And so someone, you know, someone has to say hi. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't think anyone like in that volunteering room, like everyone just hates each other and doesn't want to talk to each other. It's like, that's impossible. So why not just say hi to someone? Just say hi. Hold on, let me eat this apple pie. Very good. Anyway. Yeah, I mean, like, I even learned that, like, before this convention, like, a couple years ago, my friend invited me to her birthday party. There was a lot of people there. I'm not used to having, like, really big birthday parties. I prefer to just have a party with, like, my 3 good friends, and then that's it. But she had, like, her coworkers, her friends, their, you know, boyfriends or girlfriends, stuff like that. And obviously I didn't really know a lot of these people. Like my best friend, like we've been friends since high school, so a lot of the people I actually knew were high school people that I knew, so it wasn't that hard to like converse with people. But obviously there's a bunch of people you don't know, so it's like, how do you engage with people? And it's literally just like going up to them and being like, oh, hey, I like your necklace. And 9 times out of 10, they're going to be like, oh, cool, someone's talking to me. Let me talk to them. Unless it's clear that like they're like looking at you like, why are you talking to me? Then you just don't engage with them. And you don't think like, oh my God, what's wrong with me? They talked and they don't like me. Da, 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 da. That their attitude is their problem. Like the thing that you did is literally not that bad. You just went up and tried to have a conversation, and they were clear that like they were just being an asshole. Not your fault. Yeah, but it like, I don't know, maybe like, of course, like I don't relate too much about having a hard time talking to people because social anxiety is like a real thing. I personally don't have it. I'm just kind of introverted. That's it. A lot of people think I'm kind of extroverted. It's just like, no, it's like I've learned how to converse. It's again, it's a skill that you have to learn. And just and again, just the way I think, like not everybody in this room like hates me. If it's clear that they don't want to talk to me, then I'm not going to converse with them. And if they have a problem with that, it's like then I'm very open to saying it's like, yeah, you literally did not look at me and it was clear that you didn't want to speak to me, your body language and everything. It's like, all I did was want to say hi, you know? But yeah, talking is a skill that it's a skill. You have to just keep doing it. There's like a lot of times when I've conversed and it's like, why would I say that? But sometimes a lot of the things where I say, why would I say that is like with my friends. And I'm pretty sure my friends don't care unless they're like really concerned about what I say. Excuse me, about what I say, they'll like text me or call me or like straight up say like, why'd you say that? But anyway, yeah, it was very fun. Honestly, it was like really fast for me. I usually do, because volunteering times are like, there's like a day 0, then the day 1, day 2, day 3, and day 0 is like setup day. That's where like the people get their advanced tickets, and so usually we just have a lot of salespeople, and then sometimes just helping set up like certain booths and stuff. I did the info booth that day, but I usually have Saturdays off. Saturday is usually the day I like to go to the convention, just like shop around. But to be honest, I'm kind of thinking I don't want to do Saturdays anymore. I think I want to, because that's the thing. I like doing the Thursdays because it's setup day. I like doing Fridays because it's first day and they usually need a lot of people on Fridays. And then Saturdays is usually when my friends are available. And so I would just book off Saturdays, just so the chances of hanging out with my friends, which I didn't because all of them were busy. So I just kind of went by myself. And then the people who did actually want to hang out with me at the con were taking off different like days, like on Sundays and stuff. An actual friend of mine, like in real life outside of the convention, actually does do the volunteering at the convention too. And then she didn't attend this year. I was like, no, nobody. And then again, like the people, like some of the volunteers I met, they like asked too. It's like, oh my God, like, are you like off on Sundays? I was like, no, I only do Saturdays. And then Sundays I want to work because we have the ending ceremonies and I like taking part of the ending ceremonies, or I like to work on the last day. So, I could just like take part of the ceremonies, you know, end it off with a bang or whatever. For some reason, I don't like taking a day off on Sunday and then just like leaving. I don't know. I like to stick with everybody at the end. So that's what I'm thinking. Maybe I'll switch up to Friday days off. The reason why I don't like Saturdays nowadays is because it is just so busy. The times I really like going to the vendors and the artist alleys is on Sundays, because people are usually just at work or people just don't want to do Sundays. And when you go into the artist alleys and the vendors, it is so much more open that there were so many booths where I like completely skipped out on because it was so packed. Like sometimes on Saturdays, the majority of the time, I'm just like, I just need to get out. Like I just need to get out of here. But on Sundays, I just do like a quick walk around. It's like a bit more open. And there's just like booths where I'm just like, you know what? I was looking for this booth like because I saw them last year and they were here. It's just that it was so like packed that I couldn't like recognize them through the crowds. But I don't like doing Sunday days off because I want to work on Sundays. So I think I will just stick to Saturdays because I don't know. I have to talk to my friends because a lot of my friends, they don't actually like to go to the anime conventions and do panels and stuff. They usually just go and like buy stuff at the vendors and the artist alleys, and then they're like, okay, I'm done here. It's like, okay, you don't want to do any of the events, like none of the stuff interests you, which is a little offensive because, you know, I work there, so I would like it if they would support me, but or not support me, but like support the event. The only time someone actually like was down to like go to panels and stuff was my cousin. I just asked her, it's like, hey, do you want to go to this panel? And she was like, yeah, cool, let's like try it out. One time I went to the Gundam panel, and at this time I already knew how to do Gundams, but because we were trying to look for things to do, it was kind of like a beginner's Gundam thing. I was like, well, this is going to be our first time doing Gundam, and we're trying to look for something to do, so perfect, I guess. We did that, and then she came out, it's like, hey, so what do you think? This is like one of my hobbies that I do. What do you think? And she's like, yeah, I wouldn't do it again. I'm like, you know, thanks for just saying, you know, thanks for like even like wanting to engage in it. And then I remember we did like a Death Note panel, which I remember that like when I sat down on the Death Note panel, the first thing I needed to do so bad was pee, but I was able to hold it in the whole time, even come up to like the people up front and ask them a question and then go to the bathroom. But I really like there was a really like cool panel that I wanted to go to that was on my day off. It was the Gyaru panel, which is, I think was an interesting topic. It was just like Gyaru 101. Excuse me, sorry. Gyaru 101. But it was like starting at like 8 p.m. and I live far away from like the convention center. I was like, I don't want to stay till 8. Because like at this point I'm like done my shopping and like the only panel that I want to do is at 8. And it's already kind of like early-ish afternoon. Kind of like mid-afternoon almost, but I had to wait a long time. I'm like, I'm not going to sit around till 8 to see it. Kind of sad I didn't see it, to be honest, but I just couldn't. I couldn't go. Let me just eat this apple pie again. Delicious. But I hope they do it next year. Actually, one thing that they did new this year was they did like a drag performance, and they're all like dressed up in like anime, like female anime characters. And I didn't go because I think it started when my shift ended, but I didn't really think about it. And then I just kind of like left the convention center. But because the convention was kind of overlapping Pride, the Pride Parade, which in where I'm from, we do the Pride Parade in August, even though Pride is July. But like early August. And so the timing was like really weird. It was overlapping with the Pride Parade, which I really wanted to go to because I never get to go to Pride. And I really wanted to go, but again, was working. And I was like working a full day too, so I had pretty big breaks, and I was like, maybe if I can just like get like go on my break, maybe get there, see it for like, you know, a couple minutes and then leave. But like the distance between the convention centers, like by the time I get there, I'll be like there for 2 seconds and I have to get back right away and from my break. So I was like, I guess not worth it, I guess. Um, yeah, but that was something I wanted to see that I didn't see. But then they asked like during the ending ceremonies, like, hey, did you guys want to like see that again? Like, this is our first time doing something. Like, a lot of people really liked it. It was like packed. Like, a lot of people really wanted to go to the drag performance. So, for sure, I think we're gonna do it next year. I would love to get to see it. I don't know. I think because I think the schedule doesn't come out before I choose my shifts, so I have to think about it. And there's like a certain amount of hours that you have to work. I think you have to work like a whole 24, so you got to make sure you set up your schedule so you're covering all those hours. Actually, this year was the first year I actually did all day. I did an all day shift. I think the longest I went was the Sunday shift, which was 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. So like literally all days, like 10 plus hours. But you know, it's volunteer work and I love doing it. So, and they provide food. Like a lot of people don't like, they provide us stuff. It's okay. I didn't go out to get my own lunch. They're like, yeah, if you want to, you know, go get your own lunch, go ahead. But like we provide, so don't worry. Yeah, a lot of people ask me, like, you do all this stuff and you don't get paid. It's like, well, I mean, like, we just do it for the passion of it. If people like, if I was like a staff, right, and staff would get paid, we would have like no volunteer workers. We would all have staff people, you know. Doesn't make sense. Sorry, just eating my apple pie right now. Yeah, we don't get paid. I remember like last year, like a year before, there was like volunteers kind of like asking me, because I was there for a while. And they're asking, it's like, does staff get paid? And I'm like, no, I don't think so. They're like, oh, because I was thinking, because even though this is my first year of volunteering, I was thinking of just joining staff next year because I thought like I just got paid. I was like, no. They're always asking for people to join staff every year, because sometimes it's just because of not getting paid, like the commitment is not worth it for some people. And usually that's like a issue with me. I feel like a lot of people just don't do anything for like the passion of it, or like having to like monetize it or whatever. Not to get too deep, but I mean, like, I do it because I really like doing it. And sometimes people just need to do things out of like the love of doing it. I don't know. We're not like a huge convention, you know. Like, we're pretty big. Like, we're the biggest, I think, in our city, but like we're not Anime Expo. Like, you just I mean, there were some volunteers that I've met that did the volunteering. That year that I met them was the first year volunteering, and then next year decided to do staff because they were just like, yeah, this is what I want to do. I'm so into it. And I would get so like, not jealous, but like, as someone who's been doing it for so long, I'm just like sitting there like, so you did staff the first year you did this convention, and it's taken me 10 years to figure out whether I want to join staff. But yeah, I think for like next year, I'm just going to be like a floater. I don't think there's a certain department that I'm want to be part of. I think during the staff, I think I'll like, you know, figure it out. I think specifically when I said I wanted to do media, I was specifically thinking of just doing social media, because I do social media a lot in general. So I'm like, because if my nail stuff, my nail branding, whatever, like I'm always thinking about how to upload things on the algorithm and like how to upload things on social media, right? Because sometimes it's like I see like a lot of like on the Instagram, like I was gonna say channel, but it's not channel, Instagram profile. I see like a lot of people asking questions about like, what about this and what about that? And usually there's like never anyone like responding, because like, I don't know, like they said they have a social media person, but like if they're not like engaging with the account as much. So it's like, they just only have the time to like what, just upload stuff and that's it. And like, yeah, maybe there can be some like cool stuff. I think maybe I'll just like film some stuff like on my free time and then like send it to the social media person like, hey, do you think we could like upload this? So I think just doing like cute like funny videos and stuff for social media would be kind of funny. Maybe like artist highlights, like artist showcase, like doing like little videos and stuff. It's gonna be definitely like out of my comfort zone, but I think it'll be really cool or fun for just like fun, I guess. I don't know. Okay, other major news. The reason why I've been taking a huge break is because I've been kind of just going back and forth with like doctors and stuff, and my brain surgery has been finalized. It will be next month, early next month. So right now, what was the day? Yeah, I mean, like I have a couple weeks. I have a couple weeks until the surgery, and it's brain surgery. My surgeon has been very assuring that it's going to be fine for me because obviously like he's good at what he does and I trust him. It's not like a technical thing technical issue that I'm like, whatever you call it, that I'm worried about. It's, you know, I just want to make sure that I recover okay. He said because of your age, I think you'll be fine. Like people usually my age recover like maybe like 2 weeks, like they're on their feet for 2 weeks. But yeah, I don't know. Well, still good luck with that. Thank you. Thank you. I've been going on like specifically like brain tumor Reddit, just to find like a support group and stuff. Just and like I would ask questions like, hey, like how's your like brain surgery's been? Like how's your recovery? And people had some mixed reactions. Some people have been like, the average is usually a couple months where you feel like, okay, you can like drive again. Some people are like, I still suffer like the aftermath of getting surgery. I was like, unfortunately, the small percentage that had the rough side of it. Some people literally like, I got the surgery, next day I was out of the hospital, and then 2 days after that I went to a concert and I was fine. Like it just really depends. Yeah, it just really depends on the person. So I've been trying to like exercise, which I'm not like trying to get swole or anything. I'm not like lifting weights. I've actually just been doing like beginner Pilates, just like stretching and stuff, because I'm not someone who exercises in general. So like straight up going into like heavy stuff obviously is not smart. So I've just been doing like Pilates, and I've been thinking of firing up like the Ring Fit adventure game that Nintendo has, because I used to, especially during COVID, I used to play the game like religiously, and I noticed a difference when it came to like flexibility. But just like exercising here and there, walking everywhere that I go, like if I know that like I can drive somewhere in 5 minutes, like I wouldn't care. I would just walk, because I'm lucky that like there's some areas around me where it's walkable. So sometimes if like, okay, I just really want a cute snack, I'll just go walk there if the weather is fine. And that's like some of the exercise that I would do. I'm like a very like I walk a lot in general. So I feel like, what is it, cardio, that like I'm really good at cardio. Like I don't like lose breath, like, you know, walking around a lot or running a lot, because I just exercise that part of me, I guess. Sorry, let me drink some water. But like I know people who like, for example, like I know people who like they like do like the crazy like weightlifting stuff, and then like I see them just trying to like run a track and they can't do it. And I'm like, okay, I guess I'm doing okay, I guess, you know. I'm not, you know, I don't have big muscles, but at least I can run. Sometimes it's funny seeing like the weightlifters like try Pilates and like they can't do it because they just don't stretch that area of their body. Try not to be shady, but let's get back on track. But yeah, I've been trying to like be really healthy, trying to like include, you know, I think like fats are like really important for like brain health, so like trying to include a lot of that. The unfortunate thing though is just that I'm very like picky with like my food and stuff, and that I have a hard time like trying to make food. I do deal with some like chronic pain, so I'm always like looking for something easy to eat, and sometimes what's easy to eat is not the best for me. But I, instead of like thinking of like what I'm eating here right now is bad for me, I just think, oh, like I could just add something to this that can make it better. Like it's like if you were eating like instant ramen or something, it's like why not just add an egg just to like have something filling in it, you know? Maybe add vegetables in it to like have veggies in it or something. Not completely avoid it, because I have some people that I know in my life that have like these weird like relationships with food, and I'm trying to like break it, where it's kind of like the exclude cold turkey, all these things in your life kind of thing. And I'm like, I'm more of a, it's okay to just have it at, like, just don't be, it's okay to have it, just don't be stupid kind of thing. Or just like add something to it, you know, to make it, to just make it better, you know, and then like, I don't know, stuff like that. It's tough with someone who's very, I guess, selective with their food. I usually just eat the same thing for breakfast all the time, and it's not the best. It's cereal, but I usually try to add things to my cereal or to the meal, like fruits and stuff or something else to just make it feel, just make it better. At least it's not just the cereal, right? And it's hard to break out of that. It's hard to break out of that habit, even though I'm like due for surgery, that I should, you know, think about what I'm eating at this point. It's hard. I do drink a lot of water though. That's like one thing about this stream, that I'm just like always drinking water. I got my liter bottle here. I need to drink some more water actually. Hold on. But yeah, people are like, I've noticed like a pattern that people who recover very quickly, they were people who already like were going to the gym. So yeah, unfortunately for the next 2 or 3 days, the weather was like really bad. Lots of rain. The weather was like super hot last week, like up to, I do Celsius, so Celsius, like at most it was like 32 Celsius. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. Is it like double that, like 60 or something? I don't know. 60 sounds cold in Fahrenheit. I don't know. But it's hot. 32 is like really hot, Celsius wise. Yeah, so like I'll like in the evenings I'll like try to just like walk around the neighborhood or something like that. Yeah, I think like the night leading up to the surgery, I think the last meal that I want is poke, because the Steve's poke, oh my god, it's like the best food ever. Poke is so good. I love poke. It's like I have a hard time finishing food, but you give me Steve's poke, the best meal ever, and I will finish it. And so I'm like thinking, and it's expensive, obviously. It's like, you know, obviously depending on the add-ons you get, but like that's gonna be that's gonna be my last meal before I go into the surgery. And then like from there, you just have to drink a lot of water, basically fast. I think in my guide it says that I should fast with like some water. But yeah, they're expecting maximum like 2 nights in the hospital. My surgeon is saying is like, you're just gonna spend the night and then leave. That's like what he's predicting. Again, because of my age, he's not expecting me to like stay very long in the hospital. And then, but when I'm at home, obviously have to be taken care of. And then probably like 2 weeks just to make sure that I don't get like a fucking seizure or whatever. I know I'm kind of like giggling about it, but I guess it's the way they cope. And I've been thinking about how like right now I'm kind of chill, right? But like I feel like once I get on that bed, that I'll probably start freaking out. But I really need to like think about it and be like, you know what, it's gonna be okay, it's gonna be fine. Like my surgeon, he does like brain surgery like all the time. I think he does like brain surgery like every Monday. I swear. Like I remember I was trying to get like an appointment with him. I was trying to get like a Monday appointment, and the receptionist was like, "Oh yeah, sorry, we can't do Monday because he does surgeries on Monday." It's like, oh, it's just like a, you know, it's just like a regular thing for him. Oh, let me eat this apple pie. Still good, even though it's cold. By the way, if there's anything like weird with my stream, just let me know. Again, it's been a while since I've streamed, so there's probably things I've been missing out. So just let me know. But yeah, I think what thing is, like, I've had like some like events and stuff that I wanted to go to that's next month. Some of them are like at the tail end, like literally the 30th of next month. And I'm hoping that I can recover like enough that I can at least take transit, because I got tickets for a concert and it's on the 30th of September. And obviously I want to go. But the thing is, like, I've like thought about it, and like I'm okay with not going because the concert is for Magdalena Bay, which I've been going to their concerts since their debut, and I've been going to their concerts, and I went to their A Magical Disc tour. That was last year. Amazing, loved it. And then they're doing another tour again of the same album, and I'm like, I'll just go. Going with a friend. But now that the surgery is set for next month, I'm thinking it's like, if I recover quick enough, that'll be great. But if I can't make it, I'm okay with that because I've kind of already went to the concert. But like basically they just wanted to go twice because it's like they haven't released a new album since, and they're just gonna kind of play the same songs. But I let my friend know, it's like, hey, if you know anybody who wants to go, let them know. Don't promise them anything. I'll let them know. I'll text you like a couple weeks before the concert if I feel okay. Or maybe even like the week of, or no, I don't know. We'll plan it. I still have time to plan it. Just let me know, because it's gonna be hard to like, I don't know if it's best to just like try to get a refund of them or just like try to sell them to someone else. Just in case if like there's a case where I need to resell them online, like the chances of getting that sold online is like gonna be hard. So just like, hey, if you just know anybody, that'll just be like better. So again, don't promise them anything. I want to recover as quickly as possible. And just keep in mind though, like, I'm trying not to like prioritize this concert over like my recovery, because again, like I've said, like I'm completely not okay with like not okay. I'm completely okay with not going to the concert. I'm not gonna try to like force myself, just listen to my body, but I'm not expecting to recover quick either, so we'll see. Like I've been like on the Reddit threads, and they're just like, you know, I think age does like play a factor into how you recover. And the people in my age range were like, yeah, I've recovered pretty good, you know, no complications. It's just like, you know, trust with your. And the funniest thing too is like you can actually go online and Google your surgeon, and you can actually see reviews of your surgeon. And I actually did, and then all of them were like, yeah, 5 stars, he was great. Can you imagine if there was like a 1 star? It's like, sorry, 1 star, I died. Yeah, I literally died. 1 star. Okay, that's terrible, but again, I think I'm just trying to cope. I'm trying to cope. Yeah, that was a terrible joke. Yeah, that was a terrible joke. I regret saying any of that. Anyway, yeah, but he has 5 stars, a lot of 5 stars, so it's been years of just trying to figure out what's going on outside of trying to get surgery. And so now that it's finalized, it's like, I think I'm just like ready for it. I want it done. I want it over with. Yeah. And then after that, I just have to take medication to keep the, I'll just say growth because we don't know what it is. That's the reason why we're doing brain surgery, because every type of diagnosis that we've been doing, every type of scan we've been doing, trying to figure out what it could be, it's all negative. And it's like, okay, we'll only figure it out once we get that thing out there and like actually analyze it and see. And if they ever figure out that the growth is due to like the medication that I take, I'm gonna be so mad because I don't want to get off my medication. Because like the medication that I have is like, it's not like a necessary medication, but for me it's very necessary and it's worked out for me and I like it. And it's good. I like it. And so the chance of like me having to stop, like I'm serious, like if they're like, you need to stop taking this medication, it's like, well, I can't have a job. I can't have a job. I need to stay on this medication. I'm being serious. Like, because what I take is it's contraceptive, but what the contraceptive is not for like baby reasons. It's like because I have pain. I have like severe pain and like severe acne. Well, the acne, who gives a fuck? But this pain part, it helps with the pain. So if I have to switch to another brand, I don't know if that other brand of contraceptive is gonna like be worse for me. And I was lucky for this one that I'm using right now. Nothing really bad has happened. It's only like healed a lot of the things that I have issues with. And so if they're like, well, if you need to take contraceptive, we can just take another brand because you can't take the brand that you're doing right now. And the chances of that like being worse for me, we don't know. It's a 50-50. So I'm like, I'm not like that. That would be a really tough decision. There's gonna be a lot like that's really, really tough. They told me though, they're like the chances of your contraceptive like be connected with the growth in your brain is low. And they're really predicting that it was just something that I was born with. And I'm rooting for that too. I'm trying to root for that too. Yeah, but it'll be weird. It's like, yeah, you had this like growth. It started in like 2014 and I'm like, what does that even mean? Yeah, we don't know if it's like literally cancer. Like, I don't know. It's like very tiny though. It's a very tiny little thing. So like the actual healing part, I don't think it's like my brain that like needs a lot of healing. I think it's just like the healing from the literal hole that they're gonna drill in my skull and like this staples that they're gonna put in my scalp is what I'm gonna heal from the most. I don't think it's like an issue of like the tumor and my like, well, I'm just gonna say tumor just to make it easier, but because like it's so tiny, it's like the size of a pea, so it hasn't really taken up much in my brain. Like my brain doesn't need to like regenerate areas. I don't know, not the expert, but you know what I mean, right? Because I feel like for a lot of people, like some of their healing was just like they literally took a whole chunk out of your brain. But yeah, I'm hanging out with actually I'm hanging out with a bunch of people in the next few days because I told them it's like, hey, I want to hang out with people before my surgery. Let me know. So yeah, one of the friends I always try to text, but they never respond. Like I text them like, hey, I'm trying to hang out with people before my surgery. Like, let me know. And it's just a little frustrating. They just usually don't respond. It's really sucky that like I'm going to surgery and they're just like not responding. And they take forever to respond. And I talk to them about, they're like, you know, they're like really busy with like school right now. But yeah, two of my good friends, I'm gonna see them. And then like the 29th. Is it the 29th or is it the 28th? I don't know, sometime in that week. I'll be doing a workshop, a nail workshop with my, I guess, mentor at this point, because she is my mentor. Right. Yeah, because she was my teacher. She was my nail teacher. And now I'm graduated. But we still keep like connections, so I guess she's like my mentor. And she's always telling me, it's like, hey, like you can always send videos and pictures, I can help you with things. So I guess my mentor, right? I'm doing a workshop with her. The other thing, that was the other thing I wanted to do in September. The other thing was one of her workshops was for fashion nails because she works for runway. She does runway, she does fashion. She also teaches at the school that I graduated from. And so I was really interested in the fashion nail aspect because I think last year I did her workshop. And that was more just like, yeah, it was just like a nail art workshop plus photography workshop. And then I was like talking to her, I was like, yeah, I'm like really interested in the fashion stuff. It would be really cool to have like a workshop of that. And then she is actually doing it, but it's in September. I think it's like at the last week of September too. So like I'm hoping it's like I really want to heal enough so I can at least go. You're also not supposed to carry a bunch of stuff, but I'm thinking it's like I don't even want to carry any of my nail stuff there. I just want to go to the workshop and just like listen and learn. But yeah, that was one thing I wanted to go to. But she's also doing this month a general workshop of doing like the fundamentals, like nail prep, doing the gel X method, and then like a skill checkup as like a 3-day workshop. And so I did the skill checkup workshop because I'm kind of, you know, it's like I would say I'm on advanced level, not like mastery, but like obviously I'm a nail graduate, so like I know what I'm doing. So I was like, I told her, I was like, I just kind of want to work on my structure and stuff. She's like, yeah, take the one with the skill checkup, and then like we'll go from there. So so I decided to take that workshop instead to at least see her before I get the surgery done. So I could do one of her workshops at least, even if it's the one I didn't want to do. So I'm excited about that. But yeah, I was actually doing a bunch of nail stuff before I was streaming. Hold on, let me get some water. I don't think I've showed it on my Twitter, but I have like a nail portfolio, and basically, again, like the workshop that I did with my teacher last year, she had like this clear briefcase. It was like a plastic briefcase. And then she'd open it up, and then she had like all of her nails like attached to it. I'm like, that's so genius because you could just like carry it around. Hold on, let me eat this pie because it's getting cold and I need to finish it. Still good. By the way, like cinnamon is like one of my favorite flavors. This is like a cinnamon apple turnover. Very good. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, her briefcase. And I went to the Daiso because I have a local Daiso, and I went to go check. So they had them. I wanted a frosted one, but they didn't have it. And then last week when I went to the Daiso, they had it. So I just have like a clear plastic briefcase that I stick all my nails in, and I just been kind of working on building that portfolio. And usually my goal is to do like 4 nails a day, like 4 nail designs a day, and like stick it in the briefcase. And it's usually really hard because sometimes I'm like really lucky. It's like, oh, okay, I got like one of them, I like them. Okay, the second one I really like, and then like the last 2 is like, ooh, like these are kind of ugly. So then I would have to take the nail, put it in my nail graveyard, and then just keep going until I get 4 nails done, which is tough because once you're like exhausted, and it's like, usually I'm doing this at night when you're exhausted and you're trying to get like the energy to like think of like art, and like the process of getting the nail art done is like pretty different. It's like a lot of waiting with like the UV lamp and stuff, and so you get really tired. And I was doing it today, and I did 4 nails, but 2 of them I don't like, so I have to put in my nail graveyard. 2 of them I really liked, but I was thinking, I was like, okay, now I have to force myself to get 2 done. I need to get 4 done that I like at least. But tonight I was just like, you know what? The 2 is done, whatever. I'll just leave it at 2, and I was like, you know what? I haven't streamed in a while. let me just force myself, like I just have to stop and let's stream. So yeah, now we're here. I was actually thinking of playing TFT as well. I was like, I don't know, did I want to stream TFT today? But again, like I didn't stream in a while, so yeah, I was like, I have to do this because when I think about it sometimes where I was like, oh, I'm gonna stream today, and then I don't, then it's just like another couple weeks of not streaming. And I feel like this is the point where I have to say like, but you know, I'm thinking about streaming a lot, I'm gonna stream. Like, hey, you know, like right now, the situation I'm in right now, I just gotta chill out. I know it's like hard to think that like maybe this is not chilling out for people sometimes. Like I do like streaming, but sometimes I just need like that time to myself. To just sit and just enjoy things, I guess, and like work. I think like before the surgery happens, like I'm just trying to work on a lot of nails. Yeah. The other thing too, the anime convention, see, it's going full circle. We usually have like a appreciation dinner the next month. So like the convention was in August, early August, and so while I'm getting surgery, they're gonna have the dinner. I'll just take my time and I would just take your time and all, do not rush into things. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. I mean, like it really sucks that a lot of things that I want to do, it's just all in September. But again, I'm not forcing myself. Like it sucks that I can't attend certain things. It sucks that I can't do things, but what are you gonna do, right? Like what was I gonna say to the surgeon? And was like, okay, so we have it planned, your surgery planned for September. What am I gonna say to him? Like, oh, like can we just do it some other month? Like I just really want to go to this concert. Like can we do like, that'll probably piss him off. Like, so I was just like, yeah, September, whatever. But yeah, we usually have an appreciation dinner. And a lot of the volunteers were like asking, or like a lot of the volunteers I met, like I really want to see them. I actually told them ahead of time when they said like, hey, we're planning either the weekdays or the weekend for the dinner, but they didn't say a date, right? Hold on, let me drink some water. And I asked them, it's like, by the way, like, hey, like, when are you planning the dinner? Is it going to be later in August or early September? And they're like, oh, we're doing it like early September. I'm like, oh shit, I got surgery, I can't go. But I don't know the exact date. I don't know what they mean by early September. But yeah, it sucks. I even told like the volunteers like, hey, like, and like these like people too, they've been like planning like outside of the convention of just like going out and hanging out. And I'm like, I literally can't, because one thing too is like I have to limit my time outside. I don't want to get sick, obviously, before the surgery. So I'm going to try to hang out with my friends, make sure I wear a mask and stuff. Go to the workshop, make sure I wear a mask. Of course, wearing a mask, because when you're dealing with like nail product, always wear gloves, always wear masks. But I'm like, even then it's like, I'm sorry, like I'm trying to really limit my time, and they want me to go to a place that's like hell, like another city, like pretty much. And I'm like, I can't go all the way. Like I can't go all the way. Too risky. Yeah, so many things that just happen that I just can't do. But that's okay. I have to prioritize the surgery, right? This needs to be basically, this just needs to get out of the way. Yeah, I think that's it for that. So I'm honestly, I want to try to stream more before I go to surgery, obviously. I actually do have like some art that I want to stream. Sorry, I just felt a breeze. I like freaked out. I think someone turned on the fan or like the AC or whatever. I'm like, oh, that's what it is. It's actually a ghost. Someone trying to get me, you know. But it is 11, almost 11, not even almost 11:30. What am I saying? It is 11:23 p.m. at night, which is usually when I stream. I always stream at 10 p.m. PST because that's when I find the most time to do things is at night. I tend to be very busy during the day. I have a dog and she's not really like senior. She's almost getting there. Like we give her senior treats, but she's not like old. But like she's like, you have to kind of like pay attention to her. Like she's kind of keep an eye on her and stuff. Like she's at the point where like she's taking like medications and stuff for like back pain. I'm like, oh, you old lady. You old lady. But yeah, sometimes it's like I just, you know, I have to just take care of her sometimes. So part of me being busy during the day is her. It's not like me like, yeah, I'm just like doing like my nail portfolio stuff and like running errands. It's just kind of like taking care of my dog, to be honest. The nail stuff, regarding the nail stuff, right? So for people who don't know, I'm a nail tech VTuber. I'm a nail tech graduate in general. And so how's that going for me? It's been officially a year since graduating from nail school. And I started doing nails, my nail journey, starting at school. Like a lot of the, not coworkers. They're not students either because I'm not the teacher. Classmates. My classmates, a lot of them have been kind of doing nails for a couple years before they decided to go to school to do it. And like when I started learning nails, it was just directly going to school to do it. Like, I don't know. It was just like an epiphany for me. It's like nails is something I want to do as a career. And for anyone who didn't know, I was an illustrator for a long time. Not like officially, like I didn't work for a company. Like that was technically my job, but that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be an artist, like freelance, like do a small business type of thing. But it's still something that I want to do. It's still a goal, but right now it is like a side thing. Illustration is a hobby now, and nails is my career. But both of these jobs are commission based, obviously, like building clientele type of thing. So kind of how is it going? It's only been a year. It's clients wise, not so great, to be honest. The location that I'm at is really tough for people to come to. I am home based, which is not really an issue for a lot of people. Like there's a lot of home based nail techs. That's where a lot of nail techs get their start, is they do it at home. But it's just location. Like again, at the volunteering place, a lot of people really loved my nails and they're like, oh, do you actually do nails? Like, do you do clients? And they would want my links and it's like, I want to get nails done by you. But once I tell them where I live, they're like, oh, like, I don't know, like that they'll consider it, but they're like, oh, like, it's just like really far away. And so it's tough because I would really love a table, like a salon area, but I just like, you have to pay for the rent for the table. And I have connections with people that have a salon, but it's not like the kind of like in and out type of salon. It's more of like an independent table salon where it's best to like already have clientele in order to like pay for the table. The thing is, like, I didn't ask for like how much the table is because I don't want to get their like hopes up or whatever. But I'll just ask in general, like, I don't know, we've been knowing each other for a bit, so like they're not gonna be offended. I definitely have to ask. I definitely have to ask how much their tables are, but a lot of people don't know that. Like, you have to rent out your table on top of like paying for other stuff. Like, they just don't give you a table. The choice is either you pay for your table, like the table rent, usually it's weekly or monthly, or they take a cut out of each service that you do. Usually for like, I know it's like a bit of a derogatory term, but like the chop shops, Like it's usually they take a cut out of your services. But for like independent tables, it's usually like it's a rent thing. Hold on. I drink water. So right now I don't have like money to like pay for a table every month or every week. And the area that salon is in, it's like in a pretty good area. It's like right where like the train station is. So it's like a busy area, and it's also good because people, it's like an easy way to get there. They just take the train and it's there. But I've been really like considering like trying to get like a table, because sometimes like part of the clientele, like why they don't want to come to me is because of just location. That really sucks. I used to have my friend come all the way from like the other side, just to help me practice with like getting nails done and stuff. But she's also having issues because she's like, I think she like lost one of her jobs. So she's like, sorry, I just don't have the money. I told her, I was like, no, I literally need people to practice at least. Like, you're literally my best friend in the whole world. Like, if you even just have like $5 in your wallet, like if you insist on paying, because she always pays, and like I appreciate you paying, but also like you don't have to pay type of thing. It's like just give me I just need someone to like practice on. So yeah. But it's usually just her, and then I always have like family members saying it's like, oh yeah, I definitely get your nails done, but it's either really bad timing or they always say that and then they like never do. I used to have friends that like lived in the same neighborhood kind of as me, and when I was doing nails, like one of them was just like not interested, and like I get it, and to be honest, like her nails, like they're so tiny too, it's like I don't know if I could do anything on you, to be honest. And one of them actually still lives in like around my area. They have never contacted me for nails, so sometimes you just have to think about that, you know? And it's like, who are really my friends, you know? Just not contact me. Because the thing is too, it's like I always contact them. I'm always engaging with them, you know? Well, I gotta really think about this when I sleep. I mean, this person has been my friend since like, oh my god, for like years. So I've been knowing them for a while. Yeah. But you know, I just been trying to, you know, make my portfolio, engage in a lot of like, again, things like workshops and stuff, and like doing a lot of my social media stuff. And in general, I just like really like love it, you know, like I really like doing it. So that's like the thing too. It's like I like doing the social media. I just love the act of making nails, doing nails. So I'm not too sad about it. Of course, yeah, I would like to, you know, have clientele, but I've only done it for a year. I can't expect like people to come to me, you know. Like people be like, I would even say that with their locations, yeah, it's fine, but you know, I remember one girl, they were like, yeah, I'll definitely come by around September to get nails. I'm like, I'm literally getting surgery. Oh my god. And that's probably like the only time she wanted to get nails done anyways, like in September. And now I'm just like scared. It's like, what if like she just doesn't like what if she never comes, even though she was okay with everything, just because I couldn't do them in September. That's all good. What else? Yeah, I've been thinking about updating my VTuber model. I've always done like a 3D model, but because my my design is like so specific, it's really hard to make like a 3D model like using Vroid. I feel like I have to just get like some sort of custom 2D model, because my design is so specific. Like You can't like there's like presets you can use. There is no presets you can use for this outfit. Look at this. I wanted to make a more intricate PNG tuber model when I first started making this, but I was like, honestly, like the PNG tuber program is like so hard. Sometimes I think to myself, like, I should actually just make my own live 2D model, but what struggling to even do this, like, I can't. But obviously I can't focus on spending thousands on like rigging a model because I already spend thousands on nail product anyway. So this is just gonna have to suffice. Or until I turn into like a millionaire. Or I make a suspicious like big amount of money. Or I join a company. But I'm never joining a company because I can never trust companies, first of all. Especially after all that V-Shoujo stuff that went down. I don't even care if it's Hololive. I don't trust nobody. And if they're not letting me do me, if they're not letting me do Yana, then I'm not joining. Unless there's like a new V-Shoujo that's actually like better than V-Shoujo. Then I might consider. You know, usually like sometimes I think about joining a VTuber company, like especially when I started doing VTubing. But I'm so attached to Yana, and I can't. This is just how I want to represent myself, and if I can't do that, like, then I'm not. Then I'm not joining. Sorry, yawn. So like a yawn was like coming through. I was like, should I fight it or should I like yawn? But yeah, I've just been like, especially with the art stuff, I've just been kind of not doing art a lot. Again, I just been focusing on my career. And so I've actually started doing the art stuff again. I was like drawing a picture of Miku. And I kind of want to get the line art done before I stream it because I honestly don't like doing line art on stream. I think it's so boring. So I want to get that done. But yeah. What else? I was gonna say something. Forgotten. That's that brain tumor. That's that brain tumor going. I forgot. But no, anyway, yeah, but like a lot of the symptoms for like after surgery, you just get like really, really tired. And you tend to like lose short-term memory, which I'm already losing short-term memory right now. But to be honest, I might stream more because since I'm just gonna be in my room the majority of the time, I'm like, I think I'll just start streaming more. But like, I don't know if that's even like smart. Like, I don't even think they want me to be like on my PC. Maybe like the strain from like the blue light is gonna be too much. Probably not allowed to do like a lot of things. Probably limit like a lot of phone time, screen time. Too much stress on the brain. Yeah, like there's like I have all these like ideas of streams I want to do. Like I would really love to do like a nail stream, like making nails, but like setting that up is gonna be terrible. That's gonna be terrible because all of my stuff is like in a separate room. I probably have to get like a separate like good laptop to even like, you know, to set up the stream. Yeah, and then what else? Yeah, I literally have to probably get like a whole new laptop. Just to even stream nail stuff. And I'm a nail tech VTuber. Like that's what I should be doing. I streamed nail once in the beginning of my VTuber career. And should I even call it a VTuber career? Like I literally like don't stream at all. What career? Yeah, I did it once. I did nails once. I brought like everything I could like up into my room, the lamp, everything, the products, which was a little easier because it didn't have much product. Um, but I have like my bed right beside me, and I'll just like put everything on my bed and then just like do everything on the table. But I think it's still possible. Like I think it's still possible to do it, but I think it's just so much more convenient, sorry, to just do it in my actual nail room. Yeah, because like everything's down there, like all the collections and stuff are down there. Speaking of collections, all these beautiful collections that just come out, and I haven't been doing a lot of shifts at my work because again, I'm trying to prepare for surgery. And also I work very casually and I only work night shifts, and it's like really hard to like get shifts because it's like with casual jobs, it's just through text. And so it's a 50 chance of whether I get the shift or not. And like nowadays, I used to get shifts a lot, but nowadays I don't really get a lot of shifts for night shifts. And I don't like own a car. Like I have a license and everything, I can drive. It's just like, I just don't own a car. So I don't even know if I'm gonna have like a car at home to even get to my job. So I'm really struggling with that because sometimes there'll be a car like around the evening, but then I would have like a sister that would like need to go somewhere, like I think she has like band practice or something like at night, and like I don't know when she has that, so it's hard to predict, you know. Because I work casually, it's not like I have to go like work. It's not like a set shift. You know what I mean? So it's usually prioritized the people that actually has like set shifts that they need to get to, has the car and stuff. But yeah, I emailed them. It's like, hey, this is what's going on. This is why I haven't been at work for a while. Yeah, and they're like, yeah, we'll talk about it with the other team. I have to like email them tomorrow. It's like, hey, you haven't like, it's been like about 2 weeks I sent that email. Like, I just want to make sure that like everything's good. That like because like I was like lacking with the hours that I have to do every year. And they were like asking, it's like, hey, like your hours are kind of low, and like emailed them like, hey, this is why it's low. So hopefully it's like approved and everything. But that means a lot of the nail collections that come out, like it's I can't get them because I haven't been getting a paycheck. And they're all so pretty and stuff, and like that's the thing with my nail art style, is like it's very like sparkly and like versatile. Not versatile, what am I saying? It's just very like out there and sparkly. I love the extreme stuff. And so sometimes like I have a lot of like nail collections because I have like a very extreme style and I need a lot of versatility, and I need a lot of type of textures and colors and different types of glitters and stuff like that. I do gyaru nails, so it's very like out there. All these different type of flakes and like sparkles and everything. And it adds up a lot. And you just don't know. You just don't know when like a client walks in, like what they want. Luckily I have like people that want simple nails. They never usually ask for anything really specific. But honestly, it's just me, to be honest. I like to have a lot of variety. Even sometimes when I'm doing like a lot of the artwork stuff, even today, it's like I feel like I'm kind of like running out of things to use, even though I have a bunch of stuff already. But it's easier to like not buy collections, because when you have a lot of different collections that have certain different like textures and cat eye like magnetic variations and stuff like that, then it starts to like really dwindle down to like, okay, do I really actually need this collection? Because I already have something in my collection that is similar to this, or I can like actually imitate that without having to buy the collection with all the other stuff that I already have. And so it gets a little easier not buying a bunch of nail collections, because in the beginning, obviously you want variety and you want a bunch of things for your clients, variety for your clients. And then you realize like over time, it's like, okay, well, this is literally just red polish with a cat eye. So if I already have a clear cat eye gel and a separate red polish, I could just use that. I don't have to buy a whole collection. But if you do get the collection, it's just very convenient to already have it mixed up for you instead of having to like custom make it all the time. So there's reasons, right? I mean, the average collection is usually like $120, like for the whole thing. Like a good like maybe like 6 to 8 bottles would be like $130 is usually the average price. So that's very expensive. I think the most expensive collection I bought, well, obviously the most expensive collection I bought, before I say that, let me eat this apple pie. I'm still eating it. The goal at the end of the stream is to finish this apple pie. So true, no? Yeah, I think the most expensive I ever bought was obviously my first collection, which was a like 100-piece collection of like basic colors. That was about by the way, all of my products I get are they're all either Korean, Chinese, or Japanese gels. I usually don't. Yeah, it's mostly Korean, Chinese, or Japanese. I recently dabbled into Chinese brands. I've been really liking them. It's really hard to get Japanese. I think my local shop, like the shop that sells like the Chinese brands, actually started stocking up on some Japanese stuff, and also the supplier that I use online started stocking up in Japanese gels, but they're really hard to buy because either they get sold very quickly and it's hard to restock, or they're like very expensive. So I usually stick to Chinese or Korean. But yeah, my most expensive set was in 1900. It was a Korean collection, which is, average price of a 100-piece gel set. I think American brands like Apres is more expensive than that. So I would say that's, a good price. The reason why I use only Japanese, Korean, or Chinese brands is they tend to be more higher quality, better, different types of viscosities, different types of textures. Like the nail game over in Asia, they've been obviously, ahead of us over the West. So like they have a lot more variety, like better ingredients, a little healthier for the skin. With like products you get on Amazon, can't trust them. Like you can get like a 100-piece set on Amazon for like half of that price, but I don't trust that. Obviously, and obviously I want to be professional, right? I want to be very professional, so I want to make sure that I have quality products for my clients and to show that I'm not cheaping out, because when you're cheaping out, it kind of feels like desperation. But when you're investing in high quality, it's like you're setting a standard for yourself and you're taking it very seriously, type of thing. Some products I do like that are like really cheap that I get that are gel wise, or like I don't know, like a blooming gel or like a transfer foil gel. You don't need anything like super fancy for those things. But like for stuff outside of that, like base gel, functional gels, very important. Your functional gels need to be high quality. The most expensive functional gel I've ever used was it was literally $100 with shipping and everything. It was like $108, and it's a brand called Izemi, and Izemi is a very, very, very high quality brand, and I just wanted to try it because I heard great things about it, and it's great. I love it. It's a really good gel. I usually use it for just the extension part. I usually don't use it for anything outside of that, or if I'm building structure. But I'm trying to use less of it because I do have another structure gel that I use. That's like around $40-$50. Because the Izemi is so expensive. Like when I'm practicing on myself, I try to use less of it as much as possible. I would love to be at the point in my career where I'm using Izemi like all the time. I'm like buying it on the regular. But yeah, I just hate that it's like really good because I got it, tried it, and now it's like I need to buy this like for the rest of my life. For the longest time, Izemi, like you couldn't get it in Canada, but recently my online supplier stocked it up, and I really love using it. I use the top gel. I use the Izemi top gel. I use the Izemi base. I would love to just like have all my products be Izemi products because they're super high quality. They're like great products. But yeah, I mean, nail stuff is so expensive. I think the most recent expensive collection I got was from Devok. Devok is like an artisan art brand, and they released the unicorn collection. And that, like, once I instantly saw the teaser for that, I'm like, I don't care how much this collection is. I do not care. I'm buying it. I bought it literally 10 minutes after the supply, like my online suppliers, put it up live. Like I woke up early than I usually don't wake up early in the morning, but I woke up early in the morning for that. I'm like, I don't care if it's $200. I'm buying it now. And I love it. Yeah, it's like a whole purple set. It's based off like just the color purple, and it's just different cat eye. It's different magnetic gels, different glitter gels. It is so pretty. I mean, like there's a point in like a nail tech's like career. I mean, depending on the type of nails that you do, that like if you're someone who does like the Korean stuff, the Korean nails, it's like the certain brands that you absolutely have to have is obviously Devok in your collection. I think a yogurt gel collection. I have a yogurt gel collection in your repertoire or whatever. I don't know if I'm using that word right, but Devok, yogurt gel. What else? Maybe like the Jello Peel Off base. A lot of people use that. I still use that. What other brands that like you have to have? That's like the first one that I'm thinking of. Yeah, I think D-gel, like I think it depends on like the brands. Like for D-gel, like a lot of the D-gel stuff, I don't think a lot of people use. I think a lot of people use their base and top gel and their painting gels. Outside of that, I don't really see people like getting their collections outside of that. Just really depends. Like Diami is a really popular brand, but a lot of people just get their pin light. Yeah, I literally feel like I have to like search up online like what are the most popular brands that people feed for. And honestly, I think like yogurt gel is like the most, like even on like the Western side of nails. Let me look at my online thing and see what the best sellers are. For sure the best sellers is like the Jello Peel. Oh yeah, Jinbei Crazy Top. That's like an iconic one. I have Jinbei Crazy Top. I have it in the standard. I really want it in the thick because a lot of people use the Crazy Top thick for like cool designs and stuff. But yeah, that's iconic. Yeah, a lot of it's just yogurt nail, all of it. All of their best sellers is just yogurt nail. And some Jinbei, like the Jinbei Cooler Gel That's like pretty iconic. Like the thick one is pretty iconic because the cooler, as in like, because usually when you do nails, the gel like heats up, not like crazy, but like it has like a warmth to it. But depending how sensitive your nails all are, it can like hurt. So like there's the Jim Beam cooler gel where it's like a non-heating gel. But guys, to be honest, my nails are like so weak from practicing all the time that every type of gel heats up on me pretty bad. So even if I had the cooler gel at one point and it still heated up on me. Yeah, all of it is just yogurt now. Yeah, Diami has like a builder gel set, which is like a gel that's like thicker, but it's like all like nude shades. Yeah, Diami, the Diami Pin Cure, which is just their pin light. Yeah, I guess just yogurt nail is the thing. Divock also, yeah, Divock, once they came out with their New Moon collection, that floored people. Like when the New Moon collection came out, everybody who, like all nail techs plus people who don't do nails know about the New Moon collection. Or if you're like, don't do nails, but you dabble in that area, like the New Moon collection by Divock is like what everybody knows. So yeah, this is a bestseller. And then once they release that, like they just been releasing cat eye gels on cat eye gels. And it's annoying because they like release so often. It's so annoying. Yeah, just Divock and yogurt nail. Interesting. At least with the supplier that I use, but that honestly makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Very expensive career to get into. But I love doing it. So I don't know. I don't regret any of the things that I bought. And the thing too is that like, even if you buy a product, if you don't like it, so like say like obviously like a structure gel, very important to make sure that you really like your structure gel and you work with it. If I don't like it, just because I bought the structure gel doesn't mean okay, like I'm good for like the rest of whatever. What if I just want to return it and like I want to try a different one, right? There's so many like structure gels out there that I would like to try out that I never know if I would like it if I just didn't try it, you know? Like the Izemi one I use for when I'm just doing extensions because it's very strong like that. But the other gel that I use to build like the how do I explain it in simpler terms? Like the structuring on top of the nail. Like I use the Izemi to build the structure that goes outwards or something. And then like I use another gel to build the structure on top. I don't know how to explain that without visually showing, but I use a different gel and I use a gel by Jin B. A lot of people don't use it. I don't see a lot of people using it. But I like the texture of it. I think like the ratio between like runny and stiff is really nice, but it heats up so bad. And I want to switch it out. I want to switch it out for a different one. So I want to do some research, but I still have a lot of it left. And for some reason, I think it's just honestly me. I think I just have like a really weak nail beds. So that's why it heats up on me. And usually when I do it on my friend, she's like, yeah, it doesn't really hurt. And like, to be honest, sometimes she would say like, oh yeah, I'm just like not like, even though it is heating up, like I'm just not reacting. And it's like, no, you have to tell me when it hurts. You gotta let me know. But yeah, it's just money on money. It's like I have to try a different builder gel, see if I like that. And sometimes for the amount that they give you for like how much it is, it's like I don't know. It's not enough to like for me, because like I practice a lot and I don't want to run out of it and then like not have a clientele and like I ran out of product and just like practicing nails. You know what I mean? Like I didn't even get like paid to do that type of thing. Because the one that I use, the Jim B one that I use to build the structure on top, it's like the only one that they sell that has an amount that's bigger than like, usually the amount is like 25 to 30 grams is the average amount for structure gels in a pot. But this one is actually 40 grams. So I'm like, well, it's like a bigger pot, so maybe I'll stick with this, but I gotta switch it. Let me, last bite of this pie. I finished the pie. Hmm. Let me just drink some water too. Hold on. And you know what? That was perfect because I am out of time. I don't stream for a very long time actually. That's like the average. This is like the average time that I stream. I start at like around 10 p.m. and then I finish like around 12. So I don't stream for a very long time. So we're good. It's a minute before 12, but I can end it right here actually. So yeah. Well, if you're ending, thank you for the stream. Yeah, thank you for coming by, Cran. Glad I caught you for once since... Yeah, I know. I don't stream. I've been... Yeah, I know. Obviously I gave my reasons, but I like to stream before September more often. But thank you for sticking around, Cran. I know that guy Ark, he ain't... Yeah, he's always here, but today he's not here. And I know he's... Watch, he's gonna come by right now. Just kidding. I'll probably put this up on my YouTube. I forget to put up VODs on my YouTube, but good night, everybody. Thank you so much for coming by. I'll hope to see you soon. I'm planning to see you soon. Who knows? All right. Good night. Bye-bye. Thank you so much for listening. Bye-bye. Good night. Okay, I'm stopping. No rating. Goodbye.